Hello, everybody. It's QueenTiti Loves, and that is my hubby in the background. I finally got him to record, and so we are going to discuss a topic that is important for you to understand. And I think we will cover marriage. So I'm going to ask hubby a couple of questions and see what his answers are. I'm not nervous at all. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hubby, what's your name?
Marques.
His name is Mark. We don't call him Marcus.
That's not my name.
This is what marriage really looks
You
like, folks.
said, what's my name?
See? You see what I do? You see what I have to deal with? I don't even understand. Okay, so
What's the
my
point of asking what's my name if you're going to change it?
okay, so my first question is, what age did you get married?
What? 2 years ago. That makes me 33?
33?
I think. Something like that. I'm old. I can't.
Yeah, 33, I think. What year do you think, or what age do you think is a good age for people to get married?
Um, I'm going to say like in your, I don't know, like 30, maybe. Like in your 30s.
In your 30s?
In your 30s.
Okay. So why do you think it's a good, like that's a good age to get married in your 30s?
I think because you spend a lot of your time in the beginning trying to understand some things about yourself that your I think your mental development kicks in a little bit different around 30. You're young, depending on how your life is lived at that time. I think I want to take that back. I think you get married at the age that's comfortable for your life, that makes sense for your life. Because there's people that get married at 18 and be married their whole life. But it depends on your family structure, the way you grew up in life, and the way you was groomed to be married.
So that is something that I absolutely agree with. Some people are actually groomed to be married. So even if you come from a single parent household or with a married mother and father, some people really are groomed to be married. They're groomed to seek their wife, or because a woman should never seek a man. That's just my opinion, but a man is supposed to seek the woman that he wants to marry. And most of all, I think that's important because I think that girls automatically want to be married because of things like Disney movies and the stuff that we watch. So in our heads, we are supposed to be wives for some of us. So I do think that it does have everything to do with how you are raised and if you are ready to be married, because we dated in I was 25. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, I was 25 probably.
Y'all see how he do me? So what? Okay.
You
So
said
no, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Everybody, I'm 4 years older than my husband. Okay, I'm 4 years
she
older.
threw your. She
But
could have
don't
said
tell my age. I haven't told these people
I didn't
how old
tell.
I am.
I said You just said maybe I was 25. You was about to say a gap of 8 years that we dated anyway, so they would have did the math and realized, okay, I could have said I was 25. You could have been 20. You could have been 26. It would have, or you could have been 24. You the one gave away your age like that, so you don't look at me and try to blame me. See, that's what I'm talking about. People be like, "Oh, men are crazy." No, you threw yourself out there like that.
You know I'm cutting that out.
How you gonna cut
I'm
out?
just saying.
How you gonna do
I'm
something
cutting
real?
it out
How you gonna do something real and then say I'm gonna cut that out? No, that ain't gonna
because
work.
whatever.
That's not.
Whatever.
Because you thought about it and said, okay, maybe I did throw myself.
So
that
I
way.
said you're right, but you couldn't leave it at that. You gotta keep going, keep going, keep going. I just can't. Okay, so we both agree that you should get married when you are really ready to be married. Okay? So I think that being ready to be married is different for everyone. So I think that everybody has this idea of what marriage will be like, and that sometimes causes you to want to be married really early or not want to be married at all because you just don't know what marriage will be like. But I really don't think that there is an answer. So I think that every marriage is different and is going to look different based on back to what hubby said, the same things, like how you were raised, um, how you perceive life, what you're going through, all of those things are going to attribute to what you expect to receive from marriage. So I know that there were a couple of things that I expected to receive from marriage. Um, and I think that I've kind of gotten them, but I got married a little bit later. And so I saw a lot of relationships. I've been in a couple of relationships. And so I had a better understanding of what it might look like. But listen, it's still nothing like what you think it's going to be, because when you date somebody, like we dated for a while, and so I thought, oh, this is my best friend, we're going to be married and it's going to be exactly the same. But that's not what happens, because it's like as soon as you get um a title, the expectations change. And they change because there are certain things that you just don't do when you're dating, and there are certain things that you just don't expect when you're unmarried. But once you're married, you do expect those things. And so then you have to get to know the married you and then the married partner that you have. And so I know what two of mine are. I know what two of mine are for sure. What are two things that you thought or expected from marriage? Not just from me, but just, well, no, from me, because I'm your wife. What are two things that you, or that made you want to marry me, or two things that you expected out of marriage, not dating, marriage?
I don't know, man. I don't really. I think it comes in. That's a funny question for men to answer because we don't think as deep as women do all the time. So that'd be something. That's something that I had like, oh, I gotta think about that because we don't go into it like thinking, what do I expect from this person? Because you just think like, I love this person and this is who I want to be with. I'm happy with yada yada. You don't think, but I expect this. Dang, I can't cuss or say crazy stuff. You don't think on those levels as a guy. A lot of dudes don't. Some dudes do, some dudes don't. A lot of guys, we just sit here and think, okay, as long as the way we going is cool, we good. Cause I ain't thinking about that stuff. We don't think about, but I expect her to comb her hair every day. We don't think like that. Where a girl be like,
are you calling me out because I don't comb my hair every day no more since I work from home?
No, I'm saying guys don't think about stuff like that. Where a girl be like, I expect for him to be shaved. I don't like him.
You cold. You cold for that one. You cold.
No, I'm just saying.
You cold.
I'm just saying that's stuff that like people.
Y'all, that was one of my things. So one of my things is that one of my things is that I really like it when my husband is clean cut and he has a goatee. I have things that I like. And so those are the things I don't no, I do expect it. When you are attracted to someone, that's like the first thing that makes you even start paying attention to them to begin with. And so I like my husband when he looks a certain kind of way. And so I don't expect it, but I expect it. Because if that's the thing.
I don't expect it, but I expect
because
that's you said in different tones don't change.
No, this is what I mean by that. He knows that that's my preference. So if he does something completely different or wants to try something completely different, like I'm not going to divorce him or not talk to him or be mad at him, but I'm not going to be looking at him like a whole snack like all the time if I don't like what the changes that he made. I'm just saying. But okay, well, as a woman, there are things that I was looking for. And so for me, because of my background and the path that I took to get where I am, there's a certain amount of protection that I have over myself, and there's a certain amount of respect that I expect. And so one of the things that I looked for or appreciated about the person that chose to marry me, I don't know who this man is because he didn't talked about me bad on this video. He didn't really put me out there.
I didn't say nothing. Once again, here we go again with her throwing her own self in some of the stuff I said. I said nothing. I just brought up the conversation that men don't think like, oh, I want her hair to be colored. We don't think about stuff where women will say something like that. Just perfect example. Chris Brown had in his song he said, I only want black girls with good hair.
Oh
and
my
everybody
gosh.
said, Oh hell! Oh sorry.
You
Oh
can say
heck
that word.
no! Because what if I got nappy hair? Well, you just don't want no girl with no nappy hair. That's his preference.
It is.
But I know a lot of girls who be like, I only want a dude with a beard. I
It's
only want a
true.
dude that's 7 feet tall. Everybody's 7 feet tall. Ain't personal problem going on here.
That is
But
true,
that
y'all.
was his personal preference. And it was good hair. He didn't say I want a girl with long, curly, like he could have said I just want a girl with good hair, which means I want a girl that might comb her hair every day. Might put a little style up in the bag. Don't come here with that nappy stuff laying this way and that way. I don't want that. That's what
But
he
see,
said.
that's different. Now, I
Because
totally agree with what you said, and I had the same perception at the beginning as well. I was like, well, technically, what's good hair? Blah blah blah. But I will say this: I'm not going to tone down how some people feel because in our community, we know what the definition of good hair is. Even if
but that's
we don't,
changed.
it's not changed.
It do see
It has
that's the
not
thing
changed.
people get messed up. Good hair now can be if a girl
No, no, no.
got a
I'm not
nice little
saying that.
fade going on, got the little design in it, and baby waves is dipping like that.
But that's not the general. That's not the general term for it, and that's what I mean by that. If you are saying something like that, I think that you should define what it is. If it's something that you consider good hair, because for me, I consider good hair somebody whose hair is like Oprah's. I love Oprah's hair because it's thick. Is I love Oprah's hair. So for me, that's good hair. But if I was saying something like, "Oh, she got good hair," I would say my definition of that because I already know what everybody's perception of good hair is. And so I think that if he was careless with his words or he was intentional with his words. Either way, for me, I feel like the bottom line is we all have what we want and he should be able to say whatever he wants. So even if he wanted somebody with quote unquote good hair and it's based on what we all know to be good hair, how is that not okay? I think that that's okay because we all have what we want. We all have expectations. We all of that. All of that, married or not, even in dating, you
You like
have what you want.
Lil
So
Duval
nothing
said,
wrong with that.
I don't want no girl with the curly afro look. I don't like that. And they was like, oh, so you got a problem with my hair? I look cute with that. And the person
Knock
said,
yourself out.
the
He didn't
person
say he
said,
wasn't
well,
cute.
take that curly wig off and let's see what it look like underneath it. I said, oh, shade.
I can't.
That was shady.
Y'all, I can't. So
Cause we
I
all
guess my
know
husband don't
black,
have no preferences.
because we all know black women don't have naturally curly afros going on.
No, some do. See, that's the
That's
problem.
because she Puerto Rican.
No, some do. Everybody with
Keisha do not got a curly afro. I done seen a whole bunch of Keishas in the hood, but I don't know curly afro. I seen the Puerto Rican chick with the curly afro, and it wasn't curly like that until it got wet. That's her natural hair. Now you get a curly afro if you pay for it though. And that's all he was saying.
people are entitled to have whatever they want to have. People are entitled to have their preferences because everyone is going to have their preferences. And so I don't exactly get upset. But back to what I was saying, you see how that went way left. That's what happens with my husband. Ask him a regular question, he don't have no answer. Then I give my answer and I give half of my answer, and then all of a sudden he got all the answers. So back to what I was saying. My personal preference was to have someone who would protect me. So being protected is a big one for me. And protection means that I don't have to do all the things that I was doing being single and alone. You want a partner. And so for me, that was really important with my husband. So I like that I do things that he doesn't do and he does things that I don't do, because to me that makes a good partnership. Like, I don't particularly like to cook right now. I will, no problem. But he likes to cook. So when he can, he cooks. And it's perfect. And just as equal, I don't have a problem going to get an oil change. I don't have a problem taking out the trash. I don't have a problem washing the car. I don't have a problem with those things. But I just don't choose to cook right now. And mostly because we're not here. But that's a whole nother topic. But I like that he does not have a problem cooking. I like that he does not have a problem doing laundry. things like that, you should compliment each other. So that was one of the biggest ones for me. Yeah, those are two really big things that I like. Someone that complimented me and didn't have like gender role stuff. Um, Although a whole nother topic on a whole nother video, I do think that there are some things um, that women should do and some things that men should do, but it doesn't have anything to do with like I personally wouldn't be a stay-at-home mom. I would try to beg him to be a stay-at-home dad. Like it's nothing like that. It's just certain things that, according to divine order, I do believe that there are certain things that men and women should do. Um, Next question. Do you have a question?
No, that's your thing, girl. What's your question?
I'm gonna say 3 words and watch what happens. Watch. Let's see. What's the thing that about marriage that you
That was
didn't
more than 3 words.
see? What I'm see? Do you see? Do you see? It's not okay. So, what is something about marriage that you had to get used to?
Wearing a ring. I normally don't wear stuff on my hands. So, being used to having to wear a ring. I mean, besides the fact I don't really wear because I'm at work all the time and I can't do it. But when I'm not at work, to have that concept of putting on, I just never was a person who wore rings or jewelry. I barely wear this bracelet, but you'll never see me with big long chains, stuff like that, because I just never was that person. I would lose them. Like I lost my class ring, I lost my first nugget ring, so I was like, them things just don't work for me. But I get the reasoning behind it. And that's something that you gotta get. I had to really get used to doing that.
So let me tell you guys. Because I knew that my husband would have a problem with wearing a wedding ring, I bought him 4. So he really has no excuse not to have a ring on because they're 4. He could place those very strategically. I don't care what he does with them. But if I see him without a ring on, it's a problem because he has 4. 4. Okay, what else? Give real answers so these people know what to look forward to.
This is hard questions.
Why are they hard?
You said things I gotta get used to. I mean, we was a lot of stuff that because we dated for so long. A lot of stuff fell in order
Oh.
as of what it was. We was already at certain points already, already doing certain kind of stuff. So sometimes people would be like, "Oh, you got used to that." We was already spending like crazy time together. We was already almost. I was almost either living here or you was almost living where I was at. So it wasn't like, "Oh, I'm used to somebody in my bed." And I was cool with her.
You was cool with me.
It was. I mean, I'm good with her being in bed where I'll be like, or some people be like, "Oh man, nigga, I had to give up all my space."
Well,
That's
I had to
her.
get you.
This space right here. She's living on my side of the bed right now.
See, that's what I'm talking about. How you keep busting me out? How do you know I was even gonna say that?
You was about to say,
but why
no,
you could?
wait, that's me because you know.
I'm just saying. I did, y'all. I had to get used to sharing my bed. And before we got married, I had a king. I think I had a king or a queen size bed. I'm not sure which one. I don't remember. And the reason why I don't remember is because, like, before we got married, I had a house fire, and so we lost everything. But I don't remember. But either way, I like sleeping in the dead center of the bed or catty corner in the bed. And so when we got married, like, that was a big transition for me because although we spent a lot of time together, we both worked a lot too. So and we stayed maybe 30 minutes to an hour from each other, and so it would be like every other weekend. And then right before we got married, I also had back surgery, and so I was off for a couple months. So that's when we spent like the most time together. I had a lot of stuff happen before we got married, so during the time of the fire, we spent a lot of time together. Because he would come and stay with me at the hotel, so I didn't have to be by myself. And then when I had back surgery. That's how we spent so much time together because I wasn't working. And so, but still, even then, like if I didn't want to be at his house, I could just come home and sleep in my bed by myself. And so then after we got married and it got real, and I had to like really share my bed. And now I even bought a cow king because I was like, okay, if we get a cow king, we good. We in there. Y'all, sometimes I wake up and I be feeling so bad. I be feeling so bad because I be like, why is he in a fetal position on the side of the bed? And then I look over and I be like, oh my gosh, what? All this bed over here? And then, like, when he gets up to go to work, he gets up before me. I could feel myself as soon as he gets out of the bed. I fly straight over to the other side of the bed. Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Then
I just went to go pee. Scoot back over.
I do. So now I wait a little bit and I wait a little bit and be like, wait, is he coming back or did he go to work? And then when I see he didn't come back, oh, it be on. So I think that it's those little things that you don't realize about marriage that are things that you need to look forward to and that you need to think about if you're a young person aspiring to be married. And those are the things that you really can work through. Those are not even the things that are a big deal. We'll work up to those. But for me, um, those were kind of things that were a big deal for me, especially sharing my bed. Like that was a really big one for me because I never live with anybody. I didn't shack up. I didn't do any of that. And so for me to now like have to share my space and listen, I just broke a whole closet because there's too much stuff in there. Like I literally had to like adjust everything. And it wasn't a problem. It has nothing to do with being selfish. It had everything to do with not having the space and being like, well, no, the bed had everything to do with being selfish. Um, but the other stuff did not. But those are the things that you need to think about. So this person is like legit about to be in your business, in your life. Like if he wants to tell me right now, oh, log on to your bank, you have to because that's your spouse. Like that is now your one. So yeah, I think that'll be our next topic, the real meaning of being one, because it's not magic. You don't just say, oh, I do, and you put on your pretty little dress and you guys say all these beautiful things to each other, and then the next day you're one. No, the next day you work on becoming one. That is when you start to, that is the first day of being together all over again. Because everything that you expected when you were boyfriend and girlfriend, I think it changes after that because now you have different expectations. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Different expectations like what?
We've already discussed the fact that honestly, to think, do you expect, I know, did I think different? Like we got married, so it should be different now. I, yes, no. It wasn't. I can't think of one thing right now where I said like, "Oh man, this we got married. This should be different now." Um, maybe I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that.
So I used to stay out as a single person. I could stay out all night. So if as a married person, if I just stopped, if I didn't come home and I kept doing those same things and being at my single friends' houses that had people over every night, that would be okay with you?
Oh, that no, but I don't. I never saw the person who did that. Anyway, I never saw the person who was out all night all the time.
Hmm. You didn't?
No.
Oh, I'm good.
But I mean, because of our lifestyles before we got married, I never saw. Because I was the one working graveyard,
Oh, that's
so I
right.
was at work all the time at night anyway. So if you was out running, playing out, hanging out with your homegirls, it was something that I wouldn't even know because I'm at work anyway. But now, I mean, you're you don't even like you don't even like people like that to say you. I don't like that, but you don't like hanging out that much
I
because
love people, you guys.
you like to be you actually like laying in the bed. So
Because I'm tired all the time. I'm doing all this
so
stuff.
that's different. So to say, oh, she out hanging out with her ratchet friends doing ratchet things.
I don't even have ratchet
Hey,
friends.
once again, I didn't say you do. I'm saying if I was to have that in mind, that wasn't nothing that was
Oh.
there. Like, I don't have that one. I'm not saying, hey, we got married. Will she just come home? No. I didn't have that. Even though you guys say, I used to hang out with my friends all the time. I'd be like, I ain't seen you hang out with the. Dang, I can't say certain words on this thing. I'm country. So I say country words sometimes. And
You was going to say heifer, huh?
yeah. I'm about to say, shit, I hang out with them heifers is not an issue. But I don't have that. Being that also about it at this time, most of your heifer friends are at home being, old now.
Are you saying that we're old?
They getting old. I mean, we ain't young. I'm old. Jeez. I was complaining on my back hurting the other day. Like, I'm getting, my knees is hurting. Like, it's cold. It's about to rain. My knee was twitching. You know what I'm saying? But it's your friends are now, they got jobs that make them about as tired as you. Like, what you doing? I'm about to go home and go to sleep, girl. I was in the office all day. I'm so tired. Other one, I be out traveling. I gotta be a nurse over here, a nurse over there. I ain't got the energy for this, girl. But I'm gonna turn up.
That one is the one with the
home,
period, because that's the one with the most energy.
You see her 2 weeks later, right to your foot. See, I was trying to do karate.
Don't talk about my sister. Leave my sister out of it. And let me tell y'all something.
Oh wait, she told the business.
No, let me tell y'all.
She said,
because these people gonna hit. He know y'all gonna hear this, and when y'all hear this,
and she hear and she think about,
and she gonna be rolling.
She gonna be like, she know me, so she gonna laugh anyway.
She gonna be rolling.
But at the same time, she gonna be like, if you automatically throw yourself in that category, you know it's you then. Don't get mad at me because you know what you do.
So here's the thing. I think that's another important part of being married to, that you have to accept each other's siblings, each other's the people that are important. I think that the people that are important, first, if they love you, then they will love whom you pick, and if they don't absolutely love who you pick, at least they'll respect them, so that that they're respecting your marriage. And I think that that's really important. And so, with that being said, my sisters very much respect my marriage, and so they're really close with Mark too. So he could call him things like Hef, because again, he is from the country, by way of Pasadena.
Don't let her play, y'all. She know dang well my family country is ever.
They are, y'all. But what I'm saying is that is a term of endearment that he calls them. They're all okay with it. But
I've never called him heifer to their face.
Yes, you have.
Who?
The one you talking about. The nurse. Yes, you have, because y'all.
I said, I didn't call her heifer. I actually said, hey, sis, I'm not feeling good. How can you help me? I don't call her. I don't think I've ever called her a heifer. I'm not asking, did I call her a heifer?
No, you didn't call her a heifer. You called her hef.
Maybe I called her a heifer when I come home at 12 o'clock at night and she's sitting here with her feet cocked up on the bed cracking jokes. Heifer, what you doing here?
See? Y'all, listen. I'm telling you. Okay, so nobody belongs in your marriage. What goes on between you and your spouse is between you and your spouse. Now, you might pick another.
Are we talking to kids or adults here?
High school.
High school kids think about this. I'm getting old because in high school I was thinking about.
First of all,
basketball.
listen. First of all, the fact that high school kids is whole parents means that you can hear about marriage, and they need to start hearing about marriage and what's important and what they need to be looking for. Don't nobody say nothing when they becoming parents.
This education.
That's a whole nother
and
series.
Reading these books.
I tell them that on my own. Is it something you wanted to say? Y'all, I can't finish nothing. Go ahead, honey. What you want to tell him? What you want to tell him? But how come when I'm trying to just get my...
I'm like, we're having an in-depth marriage conversation.
Absolutely.
They be focused on school and books.
No, they need to be prepared, because you know what? These kids is out here looking for a love that doesn't exist. They're out here looking for relationships that don't exist. They're out here looking for things that don't exist, or if they do exist, they require work. And nobody's telling them that. And that's a problem for me, because it's sad to me that there are more parents than there are married couples. And I'm not judging either way. What I'm saying is we're not investing and depositing what marriage looks like, the beauty of marriage, what to look for in a marriage, what you need to do in marriage. Nobody's depositing that, but everybody is just okay with, you having a kid over here and a kid over there, but that's not what these girls want. And I don't believe that if the fellas knew that marriage is a beautiful thing, that you don't have to be locked down, you can still do things you want to do, and they see a regular couple that's married, I do believe that marriage will go up.
It's not just it's not just women that think like that. There's a lot of boys who actually think like that.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of boys become who they are because of not always, let's say, being a boy. Sometimes the situation come through. I know plenty of guys who became different individuals because of the relationship they went through with a girl. They put their whole heart and line to this one girl and that girl wasn't the right person for him. And it changed how they perceive relationships, how they perceive everything. And this is like I tell people, it's not always just, hey, these boys didn't think about it. Some of these boys actually be like, man, I just like my little brother's weird as hell, but he's really one of those dudes who like, I really don't want to be out here chasing these girls. I really just want to be with this one girl. I'm just chilling with her. We good, we get our lives together. We're gonna get married. He look at girls, him like, that's my boo, like that's my wifey, like we about to be good. And then, but the maturity of mind, as in what growing up and all that, neither one of them are there yet for that. That's why I say being married, you should wait till you're like 30 when your maturity of mind gets to a different level. In certain kids' cases, some people's cases, because of maturity of mind. Not every girl nowadays are raised with the mindset of saying, are married with the mindset of being married, or even wanting to be married. I've seen and talked to, because I have sisters and brothers that's younger, so I talk to them. You hear how some of them think. You realize that a lot of y'all not even thinking on the levels of a future.
It's scary.
Y'all think of the momentary things.
And that's what I'm saying.
And it's not because the girls want to be married. Most of the girls be like, nah, I ain't trying to get married.
No, most don't right now.
I'm trying to turn up.
Right.
I'm trying to have fun, which used to be a man's mindset. But then I talk to a lot of boys. It's a lot of boys who be trying to just chill with a girl. Like, I just want to be with one good girl. But, like, the new thing, the hot girl summer. These girls is out here on the hot girl summer. Trying to turn up, city girl. Well, they not even thinking in the mind, like, you know what? I need to, I like this dude. Me and him just gonna chill,
Okay, so here's my problem with that. Or here's my concern with that. So you're saying that the guys is looking to, basically the roles have reversed, is what you're saying, is with a particular group that you're looking at. My thing is that it still doesn't make it better, whether it was the girl or the boy. And here's why. If you are the guy who is looking to settle down with the girl, maybe you shouldn't be looking at the one that's at the hot girl summer. Maybe you should be looking at the one that's at the library and actually wants the same thing.
But that's the same thing.
You're not picking out the right thing.
Some of these girls need to do.
No, that's what I said. It doesn't matter, boy or girl. The
But when you
same
said
answer.
you said like, all
Because you
these.
said the
No,
roles
you
have
said at
reversed.
first you was saying it was just more directed towards girls. Now, see, that's why I'm
No, I
saying.
said boys for. I said
No,
boys and girls
you
for. I
you had
said the
stated
different reasons.
you stated out that it was mostly girls.
Oh,
Girls
mostly
are
girls
trying to
that want to get married.
where it's guys out here that want to do that. It's boys that look at life and say, you know what, I want to be with one girl. I just want to chill with her. A lot of boys, like I told this girl a long time ago. I said, cause she's cute. I said, you're a cute little girl. And what happens is, a lot of boys gonna look at you, and they gonna want to talk to you, and they gonna want to figure out how do I get a girl like this. And I hate that to say it like to put this pressure on women, but a lot of things that guys do is at a young age is for a girl. It gets to get a girl's attention.
What do you
We
mean?
like if we out here acting a fool. I'm gonna tell you right now. For most boys who play sports, once it gets about high school, you want to be good, not just because you want to get out of that school, but you want to get that girl's attention. You want to get the girl you like's attention. Like maybe if I'm balling out, she gonna be like, "Oh, he kind of cute. Look at him, captain the basketball team, captain the football team. Oh, he the track star." You do that to get their attention. You want that attention. And like I told this girl, if I said, you could change, cute girls can change the way a lot of stuff happens. I hate to put any of this kind of pressure on, but in reality, that's what we do a lot of stuff for in high school and middle. Once we get to the point where we start saying we like girls, girls could then change the landscape of everything. Because we're going to do whatever it takes to get her attention. If a girl says, you know what, I only want to talk to a guy who got good grades. Some dude's gonna be like, nah, I'm cool off her. But it's other dude's gonna be like, I had to get my grades up to talk to a girl like that. She cute, okay. Let me get these grades up. She'd say, oh, I also want to date a dude who combs his hair every day, that keep himself looking nice and presentable. That same kid or another kid gonna be like, oh, I got good grades, dress nice, and I can get this cute girl. That's all I gotta do to get this cute girl. I ain't gotta have a lot of money in my pocket. I ain't gotta have a car. I ain't gotta do all this extra. I just gotta look nice and get good grades. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go do that. Some of these dudes they look at the girls dating these older guys like, oh, she dating him because he got a car. She dating him because he got money. And so what happens a lot of times these boys be like, well, I'm gonna get that money. I can't get that money like that fast. I want her right now. I ain't got time to wait till I'm older when I have money in a car. Now I'm trying to get to her right now. So what some of these young dudes do, they go do stupid stuff. If I'm stealing and getting money like this, I got money in my pocket. I'm out here hustling. I got a car now. Oh, now I'm her type. Whereas she would have just said the right kind of stuff, the future of life. You know what? I need a dude who wants to go to college. I want to talk to somebody who wants to have a future in their life. Those same guys who want this girl will change the way they are. Even if it's a nerd, people don't realize nerds will change quick. Like, hey, if I know to get the cheerleader, all I gotta do is keep my grades up, comb my hair. Look at the kids are too young for these nowadays. Look at Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Oh, he looked a mess though.
He looked a mess, but to get this girl, he knew he had to look a certain kind of way. To get the attention that he wanted to get from girls, he literally changed everything about himself to be with these girls. Because of superficialness.
But the requirements now
now,
they're so low.
It's low. But if girls put a standard on it, it would change the way you are. Just like now as adults.
So you saying you think that the driver is actually the girl?
The driver is the girl.
Okay, stop right there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, or to my channel, Queen Titi's channel. Hubby just took over. And stay for part 2, which will be right after this, where hubby is going to explain that. Titi needs to set up really quickly, and then we'll be right back.